National parties. Every party in the country has to register with the Election Commission. While the Commission treats all parties equally, it offers some special facilities to large and established parties. These parties are given a unique symbol. Only the official candidates of that party can use that election symbol. The Election Commission has laid down detailed criteria of the proportion of votes and seats that a party must get in order to be a recognized party. A political party that secures at least 6% of the total votes in an election to the Legislative Assembly of a state and wins at least 2 seats is recognized as a state party, whereas a party that secures at least 6% of the total votes in Lok Sabha elections or assembly elections in 4 states and wins at least 4 seats in the Lok Sabha is recognized as a national party. Major national parties in India. There were 7 recognized national parties in the country in 2018. We shall have a close look at the national parties. All India Trinamool Congress. It was launched on 1st January 1998 under the leadership of Mamata Banerjee. All India Trinamool Congress is recognized as a national party in 2016. The party's symbol is flowers and grass. This party is committed to secularism and federalism. It has been in power in West Bengal since 2011 and has a presence in Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur and Tripura. In the general elections held in 2014, it got 3.84% votes and 134 seats, making it the 4th largest party in the Lok Sabha. Bahujan Samaj Party or BSP. It was formed in 1984 under the leadership of Kanshi Rao. This party seeks to represent and secure power for the Bahujan Samaj, which includes the Dalits, Adivasis, OBCs and religious minorities. It draws inspiration from the ideas and teachings of Sahu Maharaj, Mahatma Phule, Periyar Ramaswamy Naicker and Baba Saheb Ambedkar. It stands for the cause of securing the interest and welfare of the Dalits and oppressed people. BSP has its main base in the state of Uttar Pradesh and substantial presence in neighboring states like Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Delhi and Punjab. It was formed government in UP several times by taking the support of different parties at different times. Bharatiya Janata Party or BJP. Bharatiya Janata Party was founded by Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. This party wants to build a strong and modern India by drawing inspiration from India's ancient culture and values and Deen Dayal Upadhyaya's ideas of integral humanism and Antyodaya. Cultural nationalism or Hindutva is an important element in its conception of Indian nationhood and politics. It wants full territorial and political integration of Jammu and Kashmir with India, a uniform civil code for all people living in the country irrespective of religion, and ban on religious conversions. Its support base increased substantially in the 1990s. Earlier, BJP was limited to north and west and to urban areas, but the party expanded its support in the south, east, the northeast and to rural areas. It emerged as the largest party in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Communist Party of India or CPI. CPI was formed in 1925. It believes in Marxism, Leninism, secularism and democracy. CPI opposed to the forces of secessionism and communalism. It accepts parliamentary democracy as a means of promoting the interest of the working class, farmers, and the poor. CPI has significant presence in the states of Kerala, West Bengal, Punjab, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. It secured less than 1% votes and one seat in the 2014 Lok Sabha elections. Communist Party of India, Marxist or CPIM, it was founded in 1964, believes in Marxism and Leninism, supports socialism, secularism and democracy, and opposes imperialism and communalism. CPIM accepts democratic elections as a useful and helpful means for securing the objective of socio-economic justice in India. This party enjoys strong support in West Bengal, Kerala, and Tripura. The party was in power in West Bengal without a break for 34 years. In the 2014 Lok Sabha elections, it won about 3% of votes and 9 seats. Indian National Congress or INC. It is popularly known as the Congress Party. Indian National Congress is one of the oldest parties of the world. It was founded in 1885 and has experienced many splits. It played a dominant role in Indian politics at the national and state level for several decades after India's independence. Under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, the party sought to build a modern secular democratic republic in India. It was the ruling party at the center till 1977 and then from 1980 to 89. After 1989, its support declined, but it continues to be present throughout the country. The main idea of Indian National Congress is to promote secularism and welfare of weaker sections and minorities. It supports new economic reforms but with a human face. It leads the United Progressive Alliance. Nationalist Congress Party or NCP. NCP was formed in 1999 following a split in the Congress Party. This party supports democracy, Gandhian secularism, equity, social justice and federalism. It is a major party in Maharashtra and has a significant presence in Meghalaya, Manipur and Assam. NCP is a coalition partner in the state of Maharashtra in alliance with the Congress. Since 2004, it is a member of the United Progressive Alliance. State parties. The Election Commission has classified some of the major parties of the country as state parties or regional parties. The Election Commission has classified some of the major parties of the country as state parties or regional parties. Biju Janata Dal, Sikkim Democratic Front, Mizo National Front, Telangana Rashtra Samiti are some of these parties. Parties like the Samajwadi Party, Samada Party and Rashtriya Janata Dal have national level political organization with units in several states. Over the last 3 decades, the number and strength of these parties has expanded. Since 1996, nearly every one of the state parties has got an opportunity to be a part of one or the other national level coalition government. Challenges to political parties. We have seen how crucial political parties are for the working of democracy. Since parties are the most visible face of democracy, it is natural that people blame parties for whatever is wrong with the working of democracy. All over the world, people express strong dissatisfaction with the failure of political parties to perform their functions well. Political parties need to face and to overcome these challenges in order to remain effective instruments of democracy. Popular dissatisfaction and criticism have focused on 4 problem areas in the working of political parties. The first challenge is lack of internal democracy within parties. It means parties do not keep membership registers, do not hold organizational meetings, and do not conduct internal elections regularly. Ordinary members of the party do not get sufficient information on what happens inside the party. The leaders assume greater power to make decisions in the name of the party. Those who disagree with the leadership find it difficult to continue in the party. More than loyalty to party principles and policies, personal loyalty to the leader becomes more important. The second challenge is dynastic succession. Most political parties do not practice open and transparent procedures for their functioning. So there are very few ways for an ordinary worker to rise to the top in a party. In many parties, the top positions are always controlled by members of one family. This is unfair to other members of that party and bad for democracy because people who do not have adequate experience or popular support come to occupy positions of power. The second challenge is dynastic succession. Most political parties do not practice open and transparent procedures for their functioning. So there are very few ways for an ordinary worker to rise to the top in a party. In many parties, the top positions are always controlled by members of one family. This is unfair to other members of that party and bad for democracy because people who do not have adequate experience or popular support come to occupy positions of power. The third challenge is about the growing role of money and muscle power in parties, especially during elections. Since parties are focused only on winning elections, they tend to use shortcuts to win elections. In some cases, parties support criminals who can win elections. Democrats all over the world are worried about the increasing role of rich people and big companies in democratic politics. Since focus of the parties is on winning elections, they use shortcuts to win the elections. They nominate candidates who have or can raise lot of money. In some cases, they support criminals who can win elections. Thus, the role of rich people and big companies in the democratic process has been a cause of worry. Rich people and companies who give funds to the parties tend to have influence on the policies and decisions of the party. People do not find parties to be a meaningful choice for their votes. In recent years, there has been a decline in the ideological differences among parties in most parts of the world. Sometimes, people cannot even elect very different leaders either because the same set of leaders keep shifting from one party to another. How can parties be reformed in a democracy? The final decision is made by leaders who represent political parties. People can replace them, but only by another set of party leaders. If all of them do not wish to reform, how can anyone force them to change? Let us have a look at some of the recent efforts and suggestions to reform political parties and its leaders in India. The Constitution has been amended to prevent elected MLAs and MPs from changing parties. Now, if any elected MLA or MP changes his party, he or she will lose his seat in the Legislative Assembly or Parliament. This was done because many elected representatives were indulging in defection in order to become ministers or for cash rewards. The Supreme Court has passed an order to reduce the influence of money and criminals. Now it has become mandatory for every candidate who contests election to file an affidavit giving details of his assets and criminal cases pending against him. This has helped in making this information available to the public. The Election Commission has passed an order making it necessary for political parties to hold their organizational elections and file their income tax returns. The parties have started doing so, but sometimes it is mere formality. Besides these, many suggestions are made to reform political parties. These suggestions have not yet been accepted by political parties. A law should be made to regulate the internal affairs of political parties. It should be made mandatory for political parties to give a minimum number of tickets, about 1/3 of seats, to women candidates. Similarly, there should be a quota for women in the decision-making bodies of the party. There should be state funding of elections. The government should give parties money to support their election expenses. There are two other ways in which political parties can be reformed. People can put pressure on political parties. This can be done through petitions, publicity, and agitations. Political parties can improve if people who want change can join political parties. It is difficult to reform politics if ordinary citizens do not take part in it and simply criticize it from the outside.